ready for me to start recording this?
Do it. Do it to it.
Hello, everyone. This is Sonav.
And this is Wave of Shadow. We are the Team Liquid Twin Casting Golems coming at you live from downtown Los Angeles. It's a beautiful night, and we are ready to cast a game of League of Legends.
Man, I wish we were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, we're not in Los Angeles. Do you know there was a thunderstorm here? I am up in Waterloo, Ontario, and there was a thunderstorm here about an hour ago.
Gasp.
And it is the middle of October.
I live in New England, so... Alright, so for you guys today, we've got, what is it, the Team Solo River. It is Nimbus, aka Ares, on Team Liquid, his Fives team. Oh, it's I Am the Tits. I am incredibly happy.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Fallen Law I recognize as well. I don't know the other two, but...
Yep, so we've got a nice little ranked fives match going on here. And let's take a look at the picks real quick. So for bottom lane, we've got some nice Sona Caitlyn action going from the blue team. I really like that lane. It's a very, very aggressive, strong lane, just because Caitlyn is such a good laner. Versus Graves Taric. And Graves is going to have some trouble against Caitlyn, I think. I mean, the range is just, it's a struggle for him.
I mean, yeah, but there's always just, I don't know, walk up and stun.
Right, it is Graves, so.
Yeah.
And
mid lane, we're seeing, IQ Vertigo on Ziggs, which you don't see very often. I'm actually really excited about that. I love seeing unorthodox picks. It just gets me really excited in the pants. So, going to see that Ziggs versus Ahri, played by Andromeda Cat. And I mean...
That's a tough matchup for Ziggs.
Skill shots.
Yeah, it's skill shots versus Ahri, and Ahri is just pain to fight with skill shots because she's just so quick. It's the same reason Ahri beats Cassiopeia. It's the same reason Ahri does well against Karthus as well. She's just hard to catch and pin down.
Yep. Top lane, we got Fallen Law playing on Jax, and we have Banu Kutuku.
Nice. Well done.
Okay, hold on, let me try that again.
No, I think that was pretty close.
Banu Kutuku.
Nice, okay. I'm not sure. There's so many top lane matches. I really need to learn the top lane matchups better, but I think Olaf can win early because of his true damage, but once Jax starts getting his items, he's going to be a pain like we saw last night. He's just going to be a pain once he gets a little bit of tankiness, a little bit of damage, and he just jumps in and beats people up.
Dude, I'm still on Banu Kutuku. I'm not gonna be able to say that without laughing all game.
Oh man, we're gonna have to try and fit it in everywhere we can.
Oh my goodness. Jungle, we got Stride 69 versus Tankara on Mundo, running the Smite Exhaust rather than Flash, and I mean that's aggressive playing, and I like it.
Hold on, my client is loading up here.
No excuses.
I can't see anything, man. So wait, what were the summoners going?
Lee Sin playing Lee Sin running Smite and Flash. Mundo running Smite and Exhaust.
Okay. Yeah. Lee Sin, I love Lee Sin jungle with Flash because it's just hilarious. I'm sure you've seen Shake's Lee Sin combo videos where he just Flash ults amazingly. And Mundo with an Exhaust you're right, it's very aggressive, but he's gonna get beefy enough, I think, to where he doesn't need the Flash. He's just going to be able to walk around with the Exhaust, with his ult, and do some nice damage. But I think Lee Sin's early game, if he exerts some good early game ganks and pressure, he may be able to get blue team rolling into a good mid game.
I mean, arguably, you don't even need the Flash on Lee Sin either because he has 100 built-in flashes. You run that Exhaust, and you're pretty much guaranteed to kill at level 2.
Right, that is true. I'm very happy to see Pool Party Ziggs. I love that skin so much.
The giant water balloons. I like the
awesome.
the smiley face.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
Alright, so we need... Oh, I need to move around my stuff.
Always moving around your stuff. Can't keep things in one place, huh?
I can't do it, man.
No excuse. Look, that's all you're doing all game. Just making excuses.
So we've got Olaf with Teleport. That's not something I see all the time. He also has Flash. I usually see something like Ghost Ignite. It's a more aggressive lane comp of summoners. But the teleport is going to let him exert some nice map presence.
Yeah, I mean, the reason you pick Ghost on Olaf is because of his ultimate, which is Ragnarok, and that basically allows him to ignore crowd control for a certain amount of seconds. I think it's about 6 seconds or so. And I mean, Flash really isn't conducive. You want to pop that Ragnarok. You want to run as far, into the enemy team as you can and take out the most important targets you can, because you will not be able to be stopped. Flash doesn't really allow you to do that as well, especially if the enemy champion you're trying to chase down has, an equal sort of blink. You won't be able to chase them down after that.
Right. So we've got purple team coming in blue side. Jax is gonna see it. He's gonna know what's coming down, but
he's just gonna sit there.
He's just hanging out. He doesn't really care. I don't think he was paying attention.
Yeah, I think this is a growing trend in the games we seem to cast. I'm pretty sure that happened last game we casted. They were just sort of hanging out. The entire enemy team shows up and says, "Hey, how's it going? What you doing? We're gonna just take our first blood here and leave."
Yeah, and who picked that up? It was Mundo. That's gonna be annoying. Mundo with that early kill is going to be a real big pain to deal with. We got Lee Sin starting at red as usual. I wonder, he doesn't have the exhaust, so I don't know if he's gonna put some early pressure bottom after he gets his red buff. He may want to get Caitlyn Sona off to a good lead, but he may just go around and farm anyway.
Yeah, Mundo's really, really strong when he starts farming the jungle, because as soon as you start getting really, really tanky as Mundo, you can just start being insanely aggressive anywhere you really want to be.
He just kills things so quickly. He just clears the jungle really quickly, and his ganks are scary too. I mean, the cleaver has a nice long range and it's spammable.
Yep, it most certainly is. Top lane, we're just seeing a little bit of CS and going down. Fallen Lava versus Banukudukukuduku.
Nice.
And
we've got Lee Sin coming into the enemy blue buff, because I think he must have thought that they stayed to take it. But we're gonna have a collision, I think. I think Mundo and Lee Sin are gonna run into each other.
Oh my goodness, what is going to happen? Looks like we're going to see it in just a couple seconds. But actually, if he can get the smite off before Mundo comes down... Oh, here he comes, here he comes. No, he actually opts not to. He goes around for a gank instead of leaving blue where it is. I'm guessing Mundo just sort of assumed his blue was gone already?
I'm not sure why. There was no indication. Oh, maybe Taric saw Lee Sin walking over?
I honestly have no clue. That's kind of surprising. I'm thinking if Mundo met up with Lee Sin there, he probably could have killed him.
Yeah, Lee Sin would have died, absolutely. He had his flash, but... Okay, at the very least would have been a burn flash.
So instead, both junglers just opting to farm for now. No real aggressive play one way or the other. So, all the lanes... Oh, we are actually seeing a little bit of aggressive. There's a flash, and actually the auto attack landing on IQ Vertigo after the flash, Andromeda Cat landing a kill. Mid lane.
I'm not sure what aggression led up to that, but I mean, Ziggs just took too much damage and Ahri capitalized. She got in the flash ignite, and Ziggs was only level 2, so now Ahri is up 2 levels. Mid lane's gonna be even more brutal for Ziggs. I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about laning 1v1, both mid lane and top lane, it's really, really... I mean, I don't want to say completely crucial, but it's very, very helpful to hit a good level before your laning opponent. For example, level 3 or level 4, when you can put 2 points into a skill, and you can be really, really aggressive or even burst someone down completely.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also very important to try and avoid dying 1v1. I mean, that's something that we see often in pro matches, where you don't see kills unless there's jungler assistance or some sort of outside assistance, because the pros know how much damage each other can do, and they're not going to take any unnecessary risks.
I'm kind of wondering what Lee Sin is trying to do here by going in on the blue buff. I'm thinking it's going to be able to do way too much damage for him to actually fight it, so he's taking some extraneous damage from little lizards here, and then opting to run away. Stride 69 just wasting a lot of time for nothing here.
Yeah, it looks like he's contemplating a gank top, but he's not going to be able to get in safely because of that ward. I don't know. He's just running around in circles. He does not know what he wants to do.
Yeah, this incisive jungling is something I'm pretty much used to, but we are going to see a gank bottom lane. The ping going down. Tenkara is standing pretty much right on top of a ward, so I'm the Tits and Nimbus know he's standing right there. They're going to back off. They're being zoned off of Golden Experience right now, so Tenkara is pretty okay with where he is.
Do you know how happy I am that you've adopted calling him I am the Tits?
I couldn't help it. What can I say? There's the exhaust going down, and I'm the Tits, and he does have flash waste till the very last second. The cleaver missing. Tenkara's actually going to keep diving past the turret. This could be a huge mistake if Caitlyn can get down there. There's a little bit more damage going down. Nimbus missing a Q. The exhaust going down, and Nimbus will be the first to die. They both die at the exact same time. Down goes Sona, and Bitter Buffalo and Mr. Chim Cham come out way ahead in that exchange.
And Jax actually picked up a kill top on Olaf. It looks like Olaf tried to dive. If you want to rewind and check that out. But
I will check that out. Yep, here it is.
Got some normal farming. Lee Sin went back to take the blue that was beating on him so viciously.
Yep, just going back to check. Olaf is attempting the dive on on Jax, there's the Ignite and it's just going to prove way too much, and Jax flashes out. So that was a very well played kill by Fallen Law.
And you know, that's just starting to extend the lead in Jax's favor. I mean, he was already up CS, and now he's got a kill under his belt. It's gonna be oh, but he went 2 Doran shields. I mean, I guess I understand that. For the true damage, he wants the early health. So maybe it's just to bide his time until he can deal with the true damage and get some more items for himself.
Yeah, I can personally say I've never seen 2 Doran shields ever on a champion, so that's kind of interesting.
It's an item I see somewhat often that top laners get, but I never know when to buy it, personally. So.
Yeah, it just seems to be one of those Doran's items that just very, very unpopular. And again, we're seeing, oh, the dive! Wow, Andromeda just barely failing the dive on Ziggs. IQ Vertigo escaping with just 90 health or so.
Did you see that whole fight?
No, I actually did not. I was trying to roam the map, but if you saw something I didn't, please let me know.
Yeah, I mean, Ahri hit 6 and put on the aggression, as is Ari's way. I mean, as soon as she hit 6, she hit it before. Oh, top lane, we got some.
Yeah, we are going to see some top lane. Banu Kutu trying to, again, get something done on Fallen Law, but Fallen Law's stun just too strong. I mean, especially before Olaf hits 6, there's nothing he's going to be able to do against that stun. And here comes Tenkara. Yeah, Tenkara trying to come around from behind Fallen Law and Stride 69. Stride 69 going to dish out some damage, but it looks like both of them are going to be pretty safe here.
That
Stride
true damage, wow.
Yeah, that true damage eating up Stride's HP. Stride is probably going to have to go back before he picks up that red.
Yeah, Stride needs to get at least a little more tankiness or some more levels before he tries to go top again, because Olaf is going to punish him for that. And Lee Sin taking the red buff from Mundo. He's got his smite, but I don't know if he's going to get out of here.
He's smiting very, very early. Mundo walks in. He can easily smite that himself and actually has to flash out, leaving the red buff, and just, I mean, not really sure what his goal in the jungle is at this point.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, he started with the cloth armor, so his first clear was slower. I mean, it was safer somewhat, but it was slower. I'm thinking he may have some bad runes.
It's entirely possible. Kutuku again trying to trade with Fallen Law on top, but is chunked down to half HP while Fallen Law is sitting pretty with his 2 Doran shields. Has no problem with that exchange. And Ragnarok was already blown. Fallen Law going to try to go into the kill, but doesn't opt to do it. Instead, just going to sit back and farm, waiting for Tuku to go in on him. And I'm sure there will be a kill at that point.
So I'm looking at bot lane, and Caitlyn Sona, they're not doing quite the job I would expect them to do bottom. They are pushing the lane to the tower a lot, and against Graves it's not as good because he has that AoE clear. He can deal with like CSing under the turret. Instead they need to zone. Now they're zoning. Now they're preventing him from getting near. And that's what they really need to do this entire time, because they've got that early aggression that they can sort of push them out of lane. They've got the range, they've got the poke.
We're going to see a little meeting of the junglers here. Tenkara popping in on Stride, actually turning around, even though he does have the level advantage and the red buff, but now IQ Vertigo reacting to this, trying to throw a little bit of a, what's that ability called? The Satchel Charge into the bush, and preventing Mundo from going that way. But Mundo does escape, so that's not a problem for him.
Oh, using the skill names now, are we?
Yes, most certainly. I always have to know the skill names.
I'm not always a fan of remembering them.
Well,
sometimes I get confused.
All of Zig's abilities are bombs, so you can't really call it bomb.
The bomb. Which one?
Bombs. I'm wondering if we might actually see a dive on top of there's the dodge bunker. To that is going to be a one dead Olaf. The Ignite going to take him down. Fallen Law waiting, just biding his time, knowing he can get a kill. I'm thinking this might be a one of those unmatched skill lanes.
Possibly. I mean, Olaf just stayed a little too long. It was something we saw yesterday too, where people were just staying at turret thinking they're safe. But against a champion like Jax, you can't do that. He's too tanky, he's got too much burst, he can just jump on you and kill you.
Yep, greed is not necessarily very good in this game, and you definitely don't want to feed your laning opponent any kills at any point in time.
Now, Jax got a Hextech Revolver. I don't agree with that at all. You should, if you're gonna go a part of the Gunblade first, you should go Bilgewater, because it's got that nice little burst. It's got the slow attached to it, and it gives you better sustain with auto attacks. But preferably, I like going Phage first on Jax.
What does Phage offer you that the Bilgewater Cutlass doesn't?
It gives you a little more tankiness and damage, as well as a good chance to slow.
Oh, burst combo going down on Nimbus, bottom lane, Mr. Chimcham and Bitter Buffalo. Exhaust going down on Ion that is instead of Nimbus, and now that ultimate from Sona Ion that is. Oh, that Q almost killing Mr. Chimcham. Mr. Chimcham barely escaping, and now Bitter Buffalo is on the run. That aggression was turned around on them very quick. There's the ultimate. Bitter Buffalo flashes for some reason. It does not disjoint like in Dota, so the ult still hits him, but it was not enough damage to kill him. The two of them are going to have to head back.
I had forgotten that Flash used to break. Oh, Ziggs is coming down for his ult, maybe? Oh, no, he's not going to use it, I don't think.
No,
But
he
Graves
probably would have
there.
had to come down earlier.
He could have gotten that. And Ziggs is actually doing better than I expected him to do mid lane. He did outplay Ahri when she dove with her ult. But he got his Chalice early, so he's going to be able to deal with a lot of her magic damage and sustain his mana perfectly well. But he's picking up the blue now, so he's just going to be a nice little ball of Qs forever.
Yep, Ziggs is one of those champions that is still kind of scary. You don't really want to dive him because he can just toss one of his ultimates right up in the air and it's going to land right on your head.
Yeah, he does a lot of upfront burst damage. It's just he's one of those champions that doesn't quite fit in the meta right now because of the lack of mobility. I mean, right now, mobility champions are very, very strong just because they can avoid a lot of the damage mid-game in fights. But if he gets caught, it's really difficult for him to survive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like part of the mobility issue is the fact that DFG is so strong right now, and roaming to another lane and just bursting down the first person you see is just so easy and popular to do with the advent of, that insane burst from DFG. So once it gets nerfed, we might see a little bit of a shift.
Possibly. I mean, a lot of the mobility. Oh, we got a gank mid.
We do see a gank mid. Stride missing his Q, and now actually being taunted. Stride almost getting killed. Managed to flash out, but it's going to be too much damage. Tenkara and Drummond is going to be able to escape, and Tenkara eating all the rest of that harass, taking down IQ Vertigo. A very, very well-placed counter gank from Tenkara.
They took a lot of AoE damage straight from Ahri. I mean, her ult and W. Oh, some aggression bottom as well.
Some aggression bottom going on. Nimbus is just barely going to escape this. Mr. Chim Cham and Bitter Buffalo going in again, blowing that ultimate. And it's just not going to be enough damage. Not really sure Amnadiz should still be, as aggressive as he is considering how low Nimbus is. Nimbus is at half health, but Sona Caitlyn lane does not have quite the burst that a Taric Graves lane does. And now that I'm talking again, Fallen Law diving past the turret onto Bankutuku. Again, a very, very easy kill for him considering he is way far ahead in gold, way far ahead in items.
Yeah, Purple's going to have a tough time dealing with the Olaf. He's just getting really scary. I mean, Ahri is going to get jumped on and stunned, and once she's stunned, it's a lot easier to deal with her. Oh, he's even going 1v1 against Mundo, and he's just not even caring about any damage that Mundo's putting out.
No, Mundo's not really putting out as much damage as one might expect. I mean, Fallen Law's tanking it as best he can, so...
Well, Mundo's building straight health. I mean, look at him. He's got a Heart of Gold, he's got a Giant's Belt, he's got a Doran Shield, and that's all he's got.
Now, are there any damage builds that are viable on Mundo? And there's the ultimate blown from Fallen Law, and we are going to see Stride 69 missing another Q, and a teleport in from Olaf, going to come in from behind. We might be able to see Stride 69 go to the Axe landing. There's the the cleaver, the suitcase, if you want to call it, but a very good ward placement from Stride 69. I can honestly say I wasn't really expecting that. One more Axe, though. The Axe does hit Stride 69. One more. Let's see, one more Axe from that Olaf. And one more true damage. Oh, wow, he actually does not manage to get it off. Fallen Law turning it around Tenkara over here. And here comes the ultimate, landing on Tenkara, but just does not do enough damage. Oh my goodness. And Fallen Law now about to be killed by Bankutuku. Bankutuku misses his axe, and Fallen Law is going to live another day.
I'm not sure if you saw... Oh, Ahri walking right into the bush with the Ziggs.
Oh, does not get the stun, and there we go. Bankutuku gonna die. IQ Vertigo is gonna be the only one. IQ Vertigo and Tenkara, the only two surviving from that fight. Very, very, craziness going on. Hiding behind turrets, diving past turrets, mids coming up.
Ahri walked face first into a bush with Ziggs, and that's exactly what we said before. I mean, Ziggs does a lot of upfront bursts. He didn't even have his ultimate. He wasted it trying to kill Tenkara, which he couldn't even get. But he dropped all of his abilities otherwise and was able to kill her. And it's exactly what we said was going to happen before.
And all things considered, I mean, looking at Ziggs' items, he doesn't have a whole lot of AP. All that damage is, I mean, a lot of it's from your base damage rate, base damage on the abilities themselves. So, I mean, Ahri certainly beats him in the AP front.
Yeah, and I mean, we got Graves,
Bitter
Graves getting
Buffalo.
poked down.
Here comes the ult. Is he going to get in front? Mr. Chim Cham getting in front of him just in time, blocking that ult.
It was good reaction time from Chim Cham. I mean, it's one of those ultimates where it's pretty easy to block, but it's also a pressure situation. And Mundo's coming down. He's looking for wards. He's got his Oracle now.
Yep, That is pinging back because he does know that Tenkara is hanging out there, pinging for his buddy Nimbus to go back. They're probably both going to head back and buy right now, even though they probably don't have to. They're both at full health.
And we see Ziggs building towards the Theme first, which I haven't played Ziggs much since the Theme came out, but it's a good item on him because he does take a lot of mana to do his damage. But at the same time, Ahri's also going a tankier build with her. She's going a Rylai's Rush. And I do like Rylai's on Ahri, but I'm not sure if I like it first.
No, lately, I mean, I'm pretty sure, once again, the ever-present DFG has been the first item de choice to build on her lately, so...
Yeah, I mean, DFG's been pretty popular on her for a while, just because everything was good on her. The CDR, the mana regen, before it was changed, was all very good on her.
So now, again, junglers just sort of trying their best. Stride 69 is actually very, very far behind in the jungle right now. Only level 7, while Tenkara is level 9. He's been doing too much roaming and not enough farming, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it's Lee Sin. Early game, you really want to exert a lot of map presence just because of what his kit is. He's got a lot of assassin-y type moves. He can jump in, jump out, get people down quickly. He does a lot of damage early. But if you look at the farm, Jax is doubling Olaf in CS. Ziggs is a little up on Ahri, and Caitlyn is 30 CS up on Graves. I mean, blue team is farming better than purple team is right now.
Well, I would argue that even though the farm, even though the farm is in favor of blue team is sort of, I would almost say, minus a champion at this point, because Lee Sin, I mean, he's very, very strong early to mid-game, and he's losing his early to mid-game very, very quickly.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem late game. I mean, a late game Mundo is very scary. He's really tanky. He's got an AD steroid on his E. He just does a lot of damage, and he just gets in your face, and he heals forever, so it's really difficult to deal with.
Yep, and so now we're going to see Stride 69 again trying to make something happen. He might be heading over to mid lane to see if he can do something Ahri. No, instead he's going to go and try some counter jungling. Hopefully this time it's going to go better than the last few times he gave it a try.
And Jax dove right onto Olaf and got another kill. I mean,
yep, once again, Fallen Lol, and Bankutuku has not learned his lesson.
Well, that I can't really blame him on that one. He got jumped a couple times. But bot lane, we got a gank from Mundo come in. Oh, beautiful.
Excellent ultimate from IM that is. That was beautiful, beautifully done. And there's the cleaver going down on IM that is not going to be enough. Nimbus timing his net shot perfectly so that the stun, it's almost like whenever you see the Taric stun and it's against a Graves can E away so that he ends up further away. Caitlyn timed that absolutely perfectly.
Mundo does need to be careful in his ganks though. I mean, if he gets picked off, that's an Oracle down for purple, and that's a big investment to lose already. Seeing as I don't think he's cleared 2 or 3 wards with it.
Yep. And Fallen Lol top lane, I mean, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's just farming the lane. He's not going to bother to take the turret. He's content to just farm that lane as long as he possibly can, sitting at 127 CS to 58 for Olaf. And it's just going to be a crazy, crazy late game for blue team.
Yeah, and Jax already has his Gunblade. It's going to, I mean, Olaf, if he stays there, he's going to die a lot more. But we see Lee Sin still only level 8. Oh, well, Mundo's only level 9. He should be 10 soon, I think. Yep, he just hit 10. Look at that. Yep.
Sitting in that brush, I mean, Stride 69, I'm not really sure what he really attempts to accomplish because, I mean, the brush is warded, and Bitter Buffalo and Mr. Chim Cham, they know he's in there, and they're very, very safe because it's going to take a while for Lee Sin to even get to them. So Lee Sin did just leave. He is going to fight Dragon by himself. I don't know if he's got the damage to do it.
Exhaust going down on the supports.
Yeah, once again, Nimbus and IM that is being initiated on by Bitter Buffalo and Mr. Chim Cham, still just not doing enough damage. One more stun. This might be it, actually. Finally, Bitter Buffalo is actually going to manage to take them down. IM that is trying to get
bomb coming down.
Here comes the elf. Here comes the elf. Here comes the elf. Boom.
Nice.
Down it comes, but Bitter Buffalo actually getting that double kill.
And Lee Sin did pick up the dragon by himself while all of that was going down. But we got a gank going top lane. Tenkara's coming down on Fallen Lol. Oh, he just jumps right out.
Yep, Fallen has no problem with that. IQ Vertigo actually was coming down to try and pick off the Graves. He tried to use his satchel charge to bounce himself closer towards the Graves, but actually just managed to launch himself straight up into the air, so a little bit of a failure there.
He couldn't quite get enough distance on it. And Ahri's doing exactly what she needs to do in this situation. She saw Ziggs roam bottom, and she couldn't get there fast enough, and being there wasn't really going to help, so she's just pushing the lane, pushing the tower. She may get it down, actually.
Looking at it right now, she just needs another couple auto attacks and down to go. She decides to back off. I'm not really sure if that was necessary. She probably could have taken it.
And now Stride is sitting by top tower. I think he's seen by the minions. I'm not sure what he's doing. He really needs to start farming, do something to get back into this game.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's not even as though Fallen Lol really needs the help. He can take on Bankutuku by himself, and I mean, he can take care of himself even when the enemy jungler comes to gank. Like, Fallen Lol needs no assistance right now. He needs to be farming and catching up.
Yeah, Strider needs to just get some farm somewhere, or even get a successful gank elsewhere. But even then, I mean, none of the lanes really need that help right now.
Assassin charge going down from IQ Vertigo. Here we go, coming around. Tenkara gonna come on top of Fallen Law. That jump, but the Q still hits. Here comes the stun on Tenkara, and Fallen Law actually gonna turn around and try to fight.
Ziggs is coming
There's
up
the
to
exhaust
assist,
going
maybe.
down. No, he turned around. Fallen Law, there's the Axis landing. Oh my goodness, Fallen Law, maybe we will take down Banu Kutuku. This might be Fallen Law. And wow, he actually manages to take down Olaf with him. That's, I guess, the best he could have hoped for. Which, again, isn't too bad, considering he's now 6-3 with 150 CS.
I think Fallen Law could have escaped, but he really wanted to get at least a kill somewhere. He wanted to get the Oracle off Mundo, and, I mean, he stayed a little bit too long. He needed to just leave.
Finally, the bottom turret going down. Red team losing their first turret, and Nimbus and Ion, that is, going to finish cleaning up that wave and head back to base.
You also have to consider that Jax had a killing spree on him. That's a nice bounty on his head. That was it Olaf? Yeah, Olaf just picked it up. So Olaf is getting back into the game a little bit, just a little by little. I'm not really sure what his build is though.
Here comes Andromeda Cat, just not getting
Vertigo.
there in time, and now here we go. I'm not really sure that Ion, that is, could have turned around and probably done something about it. They're going to block off the entrance. IQ Vertigo is going to try and land something, and Andromeda Cat having to blow her ult to escape.
Oh wow.
There's the
Caitlyn
ultimate. Not going to be enough damage. Almost. Was enough. Very, very close.
Alright, Fallen Law is just going to come up, secure this tower, make sure it doesn't fall. But right now, I mean, Blue's got some nice jungle presence bottom. I don't think they should stay.
Nimbus out of position. That burst almost picking her off, having to flash over the wall to avoid it. Again, just Bitter Buffalo and Mr. Chimcham haven't been too lucky with that burst combo, only managing to pick off enemy laners just that one time.
Yeah,
and now
Nimbus...
Tenkara coming around bottom, and we might be able to see him catch someone if he can slow somebody down. Ion, that is. Oh, 3-on-1 might actually be enough to take down this Mundo. And a flash from Stride69, kicking him backwards, and the exhaust going down. This is going to be a 4v1. Tenkara just biting off a lot more than he could chew.
I'm not sure what Tenkara was thinking there. I mean, he has an Oracle, and he walked into 3 of them by himself. Chimcham and Bitter Buffalo were nowhere near enough to help.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
No, and finally Fallen Law decides, okay, I farmed enough, I'm going to take down the turret, and I'm going to go assist my team. And you know that when Fallen Law enters the battle, heads are going to be rolling.
People are going to be falling over, and they're going to be real sad. But, I mean, Ahri does... Oh, Banu Kutuku, it has to blow his ult to get away from Fallen Law.
I was going to say that first head you roll, and almost was Olaf's. There's the stun going down on Nimbus 1, and Nimbus 1 is going to escape, no problem.
You know, Nimbus doesn't have much mana, so he needs to be careful. He is by himself. Sona's coming back up, but, I mean, how much might is he? Let's see.
Oh, this is a dead Banuku. You were... Oh, there was a flash. Yes, flash did come in handy. Fallen Law almost getting that off. Like, he didn't really wait for his stun.
See, in those last 2 little skirmishes, Fallen Law didn't use his Gunblade, and I'm not sure if he forgot about it or if he's purposely saving it just in case of a gank. But he could have killed Banu Kutuku, I think. If he
Yeah, that slow is pretty huge. And even, again, that's about 300 damage, I believe, on that.
Yeah.
So that probably would have been enough just to nuke him down, considering how low he was.
Mundo did pick up another Oracle, and Vertigo's sitting here on the other side of a red bush. Oh, Fallen Law is going to find him, and let's see if they can get another Oracle out of him.
I'm going to need to see some burst. There's some damage for him. There's a slow, and we might see an ultimate from IQ Vertigo. He's got to place it really, really well. We need a stun. We need a stun from Fallen Law. We need a
Knight
stun.
comes
There's the
down.
flash, and the ultimate. Boom.
Nice shot. Yeah, that was well played. They waited for the for Mundo's ult to come on to ignite. And Ahri and Taric are here together. I'm not sure if they're going to want to try and fight this.
Yeah, I don't know if they can take them 2v2 here. Mr. Chimcham going to go in and try and land a stun. Nope, he's just going to throw a ward and he's going to back off.
Graves is pushing bottom. I think he's going to get this turret unless Caitlyn's... Yeah, no, Caitlyn's going to be able to stop him, I think. But that's a lot of creeps to deal with. And Graves does have his IE, so that may actually be a dead turret.
Not so sure about that.
Yep, he's going to stay to get it.
He might die himself, though. I was going to say, that's, you know, a very, very dangerous thing to do, is to sit there and auto-attack the turret. And actually sitting on E'd right back into the trap, and is now
Wow.
Wow. Bitter Buffalo outplaying despite standing on top of that trap. Craziness. The kick missed.
Chimcham.
Getting saved by Stride69, actually landing a Q, I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed. There's the flash over the wall, Mr. Chimcham playing very, very well,
Man.
but he's going the wrong way, and another 6 bomb. IQ Vertigo just landing these amazing ultimates, really, really fun to watch.
Yeah, I've never seen Vertigo play before, but he's a decent Ziggs. I would love to be able to play Ziggs better than I can.
Ziggs is alive, you know what, I think I may be inspired. Maybe I'll play some Ziggs in solo queue
He's
tonight.
very fun.
It's not like I need elo or anything.
Right. And now, Ziggs does have his Athenes. He's had it for quite a while, but now he's built a Blasting Wand and a Ruby Crystal. I'm not quite sure where he's going to go with that.
Well, what is Blasting Wand and Ruby Crystal build into?
I don't think it builds into anything.
Ah, you are wrong, sir.
Well, a Rod of Ages, I guess.
Well, maybe he's going for a
But that's
30
a
minute,
very
30
late
minute
Rod
Rod
of
of Ages. You don't know.
I
Don't judge
mean,
him.
hey, it's possible. And Mundo did pick up a third Oracle.
Slain the dragon.
At this point, I'm not really sure his investments are. I mean, he's got his Warmogs already, which is great. But I mean, it would be great for him to start building a little bit of defense. I mean, there's still no Aegis on purple team. There's no Aegis
Yeah.
on blue team, for that matter. But
See,
I mean, he should be building something.
The thing with Mundo is you can get a lot of health, but you need resists. I mean, the problem is with all of his lifesteal, it's not going to be very useful if you're not durable enough to live. And we got 3 men coming into mid, but we got Nimbus and Vertigo who are going to be able to defend. I'm not sure. That turret may go down. It's only a couple shots away.
You know, IQ Vertigo's got pretty decent wave clear. He's just got to be careful not to get too close to Mundo or Taric, because they can probably burst him down with that Ahri.
And we see the Tits down bottom going to defend this turret from Graves. I think one of these turrets is going to go down at some point. They can't deal with both sides right now.
Just as a side note, very appropriate that the Tits is playing Sona.
Ah, good catch.
Why, thank you.
Um,
It's my job to be astute, and we're going to see that the turret going down. A very aggressive push from
Mundo coming
from
through,
blue team.
yeah, they don't want to fight right now. I mean, Jax is very scary. I don't know if they can do anything. Bitter Buffalo just coming down, going to get the turret. He could just turn. Oh no, he needs to leave. Everyone's coming bottom.
Yeah, and he did see them as they bypassed the ward near mid lane, and so now he's actually going to try and back right in the bush next to Sona, and that was a big mistake. He needed to keep running, and he is now one dead Graves. Let's just see how long it takes them. 1, 2,
Oh my God, you're really going
3,
to
4, 5 seconds.
Not very
one
long
dead
at all.
Graves.
And let's see. I mean, Mundo's doing a decent job of clearing out all the wards. It's just unfortunate that he's had to buy 3 oracles so far. That's a 1,200 gold investment for not nearly as many wards.
No, I mean, he's probably made, what, maybe 100, 150 gold back. It's just not enough.
Yeah, and Stride, I think this is Stride's first Oracle still, and so, I mean, despite not having a very good early game, he's doing well enough in his mid game to make sure that purple team stays on the back foot.
Yep, and still, again, no aura. We actually see 1 aura item in the game right now, and it actually belongs to I Am the Tits. There are no other aura items in the game right now, and aura items are so incredibly strong. I mean, really, there should be one by now. It's about 30 minutes in. We should see more Shirelias. We should see an Aegis. We might even see, a Zeke's. I'm honestly surprised.
Yeah, Sona does have the Shirelias on blue side, but purple side does have a very large lack of aura items, and they are just so cost effective. It looks like Taric is working towards his Aegis.
Yeah, it does appear so. Tenkara running into the final trap on bottom lane, and now we're going to see this laning phase is officially over, and now we're just going to see some roaming around. We're going to see, I think, one of these teams needs to make something happen. Let's see, what does red team need to do? Purple team, sorry. What does purple team need to do to sort of try to get back into this game?
I think their best bet is going to be try and find someone and pick them off, because trying to defend a turret against this blue team is going to be very difficult with the siege that they have. I mean, Ziggs' poke is very high. He has an Athenes, and does he have blue buff right now? He's picking up blue buff right now. And Caitlyn is also very good at sieging towers, just poking them from a long distance. So they can just poke forever, and it's going to be hard for purple to defend. So I'm thinking they really just want to catch someone off guard, just CC them down, get a quick fight, and then maybe turn it into a good fight, or wait for the next dragon to come up, force a fight, hopefully win it if Jax isn't there, and then take an advantage there. But they're 6,000 gold behind, so they need to make something happen.
Yep, it's a long, long road ahead, and by that argument, I'm assuming that what blue team needs to do is essentially just start sieging turrets.
Yes.
Oh, and here's the stun going down the follow. Tenkara eating up so much damage, blowing his ult. Here comes the Ziggs ult, landing on almost the entire enemy team, just doing so much damage. The first casualty, Bitter Buffalo dies to Fallen Wall. Andromeda Cat going to be next, and we actually do see IQ going down now. Stride 69 getting Andromeda Cat, and just everybody going down. Nimbus auto-attacking away from the back, but it's not going to be enough. Banukutuku going down. It's a 2v2 now. Tenkara and Mr. Chimcham versus Nimbus and Stride 69. Stride 69, that looked like it went right through him. I don't know if you saw that. And there's the ultimate from Nimbus doing really, really well. Mr. Chimcham now has to get out of there. Stride 69 needs to go chase him down. Come on, come on. He's going to try going around Stride 69. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up. Mr. Chimcham has officially escaped, and Purple Team actually losing that fight as expected.
That started out a little bit sloppy for blue team. I was actually surprised they turned it around, but purple did blow a lot to kill Jax, as is what we saw last night as well. I mean, once Jax gets some beefiness and fed a little bit, it's really difficult to take care of him. And what happened is that blue team just ended up with 2 damage dealers left against a Mundo and a Taric, who are admittedly somewhat beefy, but Nimbus played it well. He flashed, not really flashed, he netted over the wall and sniped Mundo perfectly and kept Stride alive.
Yeah, I mean, Nimbus was just auto-attacking away throughout the entirety of that fight. He pretty much did not lose any HP that I saw. They were just letting him go to town on the entire team. I think that's what Purple Team's downfall was in that fight.
Well, I mean, they have a choice to make. It's either get Caitlyn or get Jax, and Caitlyn's a little slippery with her range and her net and traps, especially in the jungle like that.
Yep, so now the gold lead has increased now to 7,000 in favor of the blue team. It's going to be very, very difficult for Purple Team to come back. They need a Baron and an Ace at this point to have any hope of doing something.
Yeah, we'll see if blue team succumbs to the Baron bait that is the plague of pro players everywhere. I mean, it does a lot of damage, and if Purple Team did that fight decently well. So I mean, if blue gets caught at Baron, then maybe purple can turn it around.
I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of wards around the Baron for blue team right now, and nothing for red. Yet they don't seem to show any interest in trying to bait Baron at all.
Well, Jax had gone bottom. He's extending his farm lead even more. He's I don't know. I don't know when he picked up that Triforce. It must have been after that last fight, I think.
Triforce Gunblade Jax, absolutely terrifying.
I'm thinking he may just go straight for a Guardian Angel, because he's already doing a lot of damage, and if he has that extra life, it's just going to be a real nuisance for Purple Team.
There's some damage going down on Mr. Chimchamps. They do know that with all those wards and no Oracle, they know that the red team's sitting there waiting to do Baron.
Right,
they
that's
know
the
that
problem.
it's happening, but
I mean, Mundo spent 1,200 gold on Oracles already, and now that they really, really need it, they can't have it, because he just doesn't have the money for it anymore.
Yep, and so, I mean, knowing that they're just trying to bait it, Fallen Law's content to just protect his turret once again, farm up as much as he can, because he knows that Purple Team's not going to attempt this Baron.
And Mundo did grab a Spirit Visage already. I think he may have wanted to get a bit more armor before actually getting that, just because Caitlyn and Jax are doing so much damage. He needs to live a little bit longer before, having all that extra healing.
I love that damage going down. Those Ziggs bombs doing so much damage. And this is, see, there's a free dragon for blue team, and Purple Team just sitting in the bushes. This is one of those arguments, like, if there was ever a reason, people watching, if there's ever a reason to buy wards, this is it. The red team has no wards besides the one dinky ward in front of Baron. They had no idea that Lee Sin wasn't even with his team. They had no idea that he was down there doing Dragon. They could have turned and they could have fought 5v4. No, instead they had no vision on the map and had no idea what to do.
And I mean, Taric does have some wards, but he's only got a limited supply, and they need to be careful of where they're placing him, especially since Lee Sin has oracles. I mean, he's just going to come through and sweep him eventually, as he's doing right now on the Baron.
Yep, they sort of left their little camping position now that Lee Sin finished gathering gold for his team. The gold disparity again increased now to 8,000. And we're just seeing both teams perfectly content just to wait around, neither one wanting to initiate, surprisingly enough. I mean, I'm thinking blue has a pretty huge advantage if they want to initiate, especially now considering Bitter Buffalo is bottom lane and not with his team.
Yep, he was forced to go, and now we've got a fight coming in. Jax trying to pick someone up.
That stun going in down just in time. All the Jax stun almost catching Tankara. Mr. Chimcham landing the stun on him right before the stun went off.
Yep, Purple did a nice job of disengaging that. They could not, there was not a chance they could fight that, so they just needed to back off. They did it well enough. Mundo with his cleavers and Taric stunned well. So now they have to deal with a siege up top turret, and I don't think they can get there in time. Yeah, this turret's gone.
That's a free turret for sure. And now the siege begins. This is exactly where blue team wants to be. They should just be sitting in front of that turret, sieging it all day.
And Drama Cat needs to be careful. I mean, if Lee Sin caught her, that would have been a problem. Ari may have had to blow her flash or her ult, and a wasted ult in this situation is not good.
This poke going down, Stride 69, chunk down to half health, but Bitter Buffalo being auto-attack down by Nimbus. There's the ultimate again.
Wow.
A beautiful ultimate from IQ Vertigo. There's an ultimate Persona. There's a stun. Oh my goodness. RA5 there are just going to drop one by one. Fallen Law getting exhausted, and he's taking too many turret hits. He does go down. Mr. Chimcham, one more auto-attack and Kagan goes down, and we are going to see everyone dead except for Tankara surviving just because of his ult, and that is a 4-for-1 exchange.
Yep. Graves took far too much damage in that, and getting picked off before the fight even started. Had he been alive, that fight would have gone entirely differently because Fallen Law did take a lot of damage from the turret, and he got exhausted. And they did a good job picking him off, but if they had Graves, it would have been a different fight.
Well, even then, considering what they have to blow just to take out Jax and leaving the rest of the team alive, I mean, I'm not sure what hope Purple Team has.
All right, so now we see 4 half-health champions. They're pinging Baron. I think they're gonna go try for it, but Purple Team's gonna be up. Well, I think they can do it. They can certainly do it. But the thing is, will Purple Team be able to turn around and come and maybe get them before all the damage goes down?
I'm gonna say again, Nimbus has got his Infinity Edge. I'm sorry, he's not the Infinity Edge. He's got a Bloodthirster, he's got his Phantom Dancer, and he's got part of a Last Whisper.
Stride has
he does
to
a lot
back
of
out.
damage. Yeah, they don't really have anyone to tank it right now, actually, so maybe not.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right. If Purple can get down there, oh, look at all the lifesteal. Look at all the lifesteal and health, though. Nimbus is back at full health already. There's the Ziggs ult going down, and now they were able to take it down. Tenkara running into the enemy team. This is very, very dangerous. The exhaust going down.
Mode.
They might be able to kill him. No.
Jungler.
Bitter Buffalo coming right in. He's going to try and take out. Oh, wow. The flash so that the cleaver doesn't hit. And Bitter Buffalo getting hit by the trap. Sona defensive ult. And that is, they're going to try and take down. Oh, Bitter Buffalo does go down. Nimbus, the position is so good. Tenkara being kicked away. Nimbus auto-attacking him down. And Nimbus is just a force to be reckoned with. Auto-attacking all day. Nobody can deal with his damage. And there's the Shirelles going down, slowing down Mr. Chim Cham. Stride needs to come back in and help him out. And so he did, and that is a huge, huge, huge exchange. Nobody goes down from Blue Team, and Red loses 3 more people.
All of that kiting was beautiful. They walked right into the bush. Sona was able to ult them, but if you saw when Ahri came in from the side, she missed every skill shot. They just split perfectly and didn't get hit by anything.
Yeah, that is a shame. I mean, had she hit those skill shots, what would have happened, do you think?
Well, they may have been able to pick a couple people off, gotten Baron off a couple members of the Purple Team, but they still, I think, would have ultimately lost that fight. I mean, Fallen Law wasn't even there, and Blue Team was still able to disengage. I mean, even if Andromeda had landed her charm, the rest of Blue Team would have run away. I mean, they didn't have to stay, but they stayed because they had the advantage in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, in this case, it's really coming down to they need to pick off Caitlyn because she's, like, Nimbus's positioning has just been absolutely fantastic all game. And, I mean, Fallen Law needs to be in your team to be doing damage. So you need to be taking off the champion that doesn't want to be in the team.
Yeah, well, Caitlyn does have a really nice front line in front of her. I mean, Lee Sin has gotten tanky enough. He's got his Aegis, he's got a Phage, he's got a Heart of Gold. And Jax is just a huge problem that they can't deal with. And Andromeda Cat's going to go down. Ulting. Oh. Didn't even need the Ziggs ult.
Vertigo going for that kill steal, but not getting it in time.
Yeah, and this is going to be an inhibitor for Blue Buff. Or for Blue Team, rather. This is going to be mid-inhibitor at the very least.
At the very least, and now we're actually going to see Tenkara coming around the back. Not sure what he expects to be able to do 1 versus 3 when all 3 of them have Baron buff.
And that's 3 scary members of Blue Team. I mean, that's not the members you can just say, oh, hey, what's up? They're the ones who are going to kill you immediately.
Yep, Fallen Law eating a little bit of Cleaver, a little bit of Axe, but it doesn't matter. Nimbus trying to back off a little bit so he can get those long-range auto attacks off. And again, just the siege can continue all day. They've got that Baron regen. They've got their whole team here. They're actually going to go to safe route and try and take out that final inhibitor, which is a very, very good call, except Fallen Law has left, leaving Nimbus in the lurch. Nimbus getting exhausted, and wow, Stride's kicking Tenkara away. Nimbus is going to survive this. Nimbus going godlike. Unbelievable plays from the enemy team. Even without, they don't even need Fallen Law. They haven't needed him all game.
Yep, and I mean, Vertigo knows exactly how to use Ziggs' W, and he's had beautiful W's all game. And Olaf trying to defend something, but he can't do anything by himself against them.
No, again, Nimbus just auto-attacking, life-stealing, has no problem standing on the turrets. Mr. Chim Cham trying to flash in for that final kill, and there's the ace. Double kill for IQ, and the final kill for Nimbus. This is going to be the game. GG going down. Very, very well played from TSR.
Yeah, despite a shaky start from Stride, I mean, he was able to make sure that his lanes won. I mean, he didn't do a lot, but he was there. He had a presence on the map that Mundo really just didn't have.
Yep, that's true. And I mean, Mundo tried to make things happen, but he just didn't make enough happen. I mean, he had a nice early lead, but it just was not enough.
All right, that was awesome. I love seeing TLRs win in ranked. It's so great.
Sense of that national pride.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, I think that's all we're going to do tonight, because Soniv's a little bit too tired to do anything more. Oh,
yeah,
Soniv.
But congratulations, Team Solo River. That was a fun game to cast.
All right, and we'll see you all next time, hopefully tomorrow?
Yeah, probably tomorrow.
That sounds good to me.